film and beyond.
What? I didn't know that's where we were. I like it. It's very
As you can
exciting.
see in my pod,
In your pod.
going
That's your
beyond
quarantining pod.
quarantine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, you can probably hear in my voice I'm a bit under the weather, but it's award season, so hachoo.
Yeah. So lots to talk about. Uh, Lots coming up. There's been a couple already, couple of award shows.
Hmm.
Um, we had
Go,
started
go,
the
go,
year
go,
off with
go,
Golden
go, go.
Globes, which, if I'm being honest, I don't remember that being so early. Like, obviously, it's before the Oscars. I didn't remember it being 5 days into the year.
Right.
That seemed great to me. Um, but yeah, so we had that, and your girl, Nikki Glazer,
Hmm.
killed it. She was hilarious.
I knew her before she was famous as a fan.
That's true. That's true. You did.
Listened to her on the XM radio.
Oh, funny. Uh,
I'm just
yeah,
kidding. Whatever.
it's
The podcasts.
the podcast. But yeah, so that was really fun to watch. I did not watch it live. I watched clips of it later. Um, I don't remember why. There was something going on. I don't know. That was a very long time ago.
LA fires were going on.
On January 5th?
Well, no, not right away, but they happened like when we went to the town hall and everything, and
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, you're right.
very shortly
Yeah,
after, like
that's
three
right.
days after.
It's
It
crazy.
was that week because it was like Golden Globes, town
Oh
hall.
yeah. No, it town hall was last because I remember Melody uh specifically said like at the beginning
Yeah,
of the presentation like we want to send like all of our thoughts and everything to yeah, that's
that's
right.
when it literally hit the fan that
I,
week,
literally, yeah.
and I
Oh,
was just like,
rough.
huh? Like I knew it was like kind of a thing before then, and then I was like, wait, what? What's
Yeah.
happening? And then I did check in with like a lot of like my friends that lived in LA. And
Yeah.
it's just like, oh my God. It's like people who lived in Altadena, people who like lost their houses and
It's insane.
yeah,
Like I
evacuating West Hollywood and stuff. It was just
yeah,
like, what is
but
happening?
yeah. Um but yeah, so that took place. Um and then the Grammys just happened.
Grammys just happened.
Yep. Uh I think we both have thoughts on it, but they're very randomly different types of thoughts. So go first.
Randomly different. Well, we'll see. I
Or
mean,
we're on different like ends of the like we're thinking totally different parts of the Grammys that our thoughts are on. That's all.
okay. Well, it was nice. Obviously, they had the whole like tribute to like the fires are all out, so that was good. There are no active fires in LA
Yeah,
as of the Grammys, which is good.
thankfully.
Um, I am very disappointed as a, metal fan or rock
Hmm.
fan that they do not include rock or metal in their award show. Or I didn't see any awards given out to any genre of that type throughout the night, and I was just like waiting for it. I was like, I know Spirit Box has something up. I knew, all these bands that I would recognize, and then
Hmm.
none of them, just none. Like I'm grateful for
Hmm.
all the regulars, like Billie Eilish, Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
um, Chappell Roan. You know,
Um, have they ever? Is it something where like they have in the past and they just
on
stopped doing it at some point,
occasions,
or is it
like
it's
on
pretty rare?
very sweet, like I remember, I think it was like. And now I can't even. Now I'm thinking like maybe that was VMAs. I'm even thinking like I don't even remember them having
Hmm.
anything rock in general, unless it was like a tribute to Metallica for 30 years or whatever the
Or
fuck.
like Linkin Park.
Right.
Yeah,
And then that's the
back
weird
in the
thing to
day.
me. It's like there's such a renaissance in like rock or metal right now where
Yeah.
there's a lot of female led and there's like a female revolution going on in rock itself, it seems.
Hmm.
Like women are starting to take up the lead role, a lot of the lead roles for the vocals and
Hmm.
or all
Yeah.
female bands. It's just, yeah. It's kind of weird that it's not they're a part of the show somehow, and like I see like the red carpet interviews with like Spirit Box, a new, you know, metal band, and then but just nothing
Hmm.
from airtime. And I'm like, okay, we got pop, country, and that's it. It's like what rap or hip hop, you know, and then that's it. There's no other music apparently. So much for that community they were boasting about, but
Yeah.
I'm not bitter. I just think it's wrong
And
anyways.
it's tough. I wonder if they at some point, I mean, the thing is like music, it's so fluid that like things change like constantly. So, but I'm wondering if at some point they did like uh I don't know, s not surveys. My brain, honestly, my brain is fried right now from work. But if they did
Yeah.
like
Like tributes or something at some point.
no,
No.
no, like the actual like heads of the Grammys did some type of like research to figure out like, okay, do fan bases do like metal fan bases, rock fan bases, classical, like all these other um uh genres, like do they watch the Grammys? Do they join? Like is that kind of thing? And maybe it's just a matter of like the overall like generalized fan base of like other genres just don't really care about the Grammys, and so they don't watch or pay attention until like after. And so they're just kind of like, nah. Whereas like pop and hip hop and country fans are freaking crazy.
Yeah, or
And I
wherever
say
the
that
ad
being,
dollars go to, I guess.
yeah,
Go, go, go,
yes.
go, 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 go.
Um, so I mean maybe that's part of it. Is they're like, we have X amount of time and
They had
it's the
two
Grammys.
hours. Jesus. I
But
mean,
it's the
it's just
Grammys, and so they need performances, which is not something that other award shows have to deal with. Well, I mean, the Oscars do that, but it's not the same thing. And so it might be they're like, hey, we need to pick like our top whatever based on who's going to actually watch,
yeah, they did
and
do a lot
that's
of
it.
like new artists, like all
Yeah.
five of them performed. Um,
Yeah.
none of which were rock. Uh, yeah, so it was just kind of like,
Yeah.
okay. I mean, that's cool, but and then Trevor Noah hosted all that, so
Yep. Which I love him. I love
yeah.
him.
Jim Gaffigan filled in for a second. I'm sure he was using the bathroom or something. It's just like, what the
That's
heck?
hilarious. Did he really?
Yeah, he popped in for a second. It was just like
Oh,
Trevor Noah
funny.
got traded to the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay, that's hilarious. I need
Yeah,
to look that up on YouTube. That's super funny.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And everyone was very confused. Poor
I
Jim
mean, yeah,
Gaffigan. But they had Nick, I mean, it looked like they had a slew of hosts on backup for some reason. Like Nikki
yeah.
Glazer was over there too, next to Jim Gaffigan, and then like it's like,
Oh yeah,
I wonder if these are like backup hosts, just, you know, and it happened. So
yeah. I suppose you never quite know. Like,
yeah, right.
yeah. Um, yeah, I my big thing from the Grammys, again, didn't watch it live. I actually didn't know that it was happening
I
until they
didn't
were on
either.
like the second to last award, and so I was like, I'm just gonna look it up. I don't care. Um, but
Some of the performances were pretty good though. I mean, Chaperone especially.
honestly, I struggle with Chappell Roan. Okay, I like
Okay,
her
let's hear it.
voice. I like her voice. And I think there's one or two songs of hers that I've heard a few times now where now I'm starting to be like, okay, I kind of like that.
Pink
I
Pony
like
Club,
I don't know if that one's it. I know that's what she performed.
HOTTOGO.
I would
Hot to
never be
go.
able to tell you the names of the songs that I've heard. Uh, I I would never be able to tell you. I could guess a trillion times. We could be here for the rest of our lives. I would not be right once. Um, uh,
Oh, Sabrina
but
Carpenter.
I Sabrina Carpenter's okay. I like a couple of her songs.
Yeah.
Um, I struggle with Chapel Roan based on like um honestly, it's because uh like politics, but um
Shit.
like during I'm not going to dive into it, but
Okay.
during like getting really close to the election, she was putting out like TikToks that were very I mean it was part of it was her admitting like I don't know X and so I can't vote because of that. Like I can't vote for I don't remember if it was like she was like I can't vote or I can't vote for this party because I don't know whatever.
Oh, right, right.
Because she like wasn't like educated up on it. Which respect, but also that means that you should educate yourself because it's really important as we're finding out now. I mean, some of us knew it was important anyway, been saying it all along, but regardless.
Yeah.
But then she was also putting out TikToks basically like just being so misinformed about a couple of topics and just spreading misinformation and then like she was getting called out about it and so then coming back and like getting trying to call out the people that called her out and do the whole like you should do your own research thing. I'm like, okay, well the moment that you say that it's not doing your own research. It's trying to like educate yourself based on the facts. And if that's not what you're doing and you're just looking for a different answer, then that you're just trying to confuse yourself. Anyway, regardless, that is what made me not like her as a person. That does not mean I know nothing else about her. She could be an amazing human being outside of that.
Mm,
Um, and that could have been, there was a moment in time and there could have been so much more to that whole conversation and all of that that I did not see.
right.
There's one blip, but it definitely made me go, mm-mm.
Yeah.
You
You should
young,
probably look into it beyond that
uneducated.
headline too,
Yeah.
Rahana. But
I'm
yeah.
like, you're so young and you got so many people following you and
Yeah, true,
and
true.
she was passionate and she was like going down a hole and I was like, but so that I know that I like a couple of her songs. No clue what they are. Um, which is actually kind of unfortunate. Uh, but like I just struggle with her. And if I'm being honest, the like makeup, the white makeup with like the stage stuff, it freaks me out because it makes me like my brain just goes to like clown stuff because of the white with the bright colors. That's all. And I'm terrified of that. And so that's
Yeah, definitely very clownish type
yeah.
makeup, I guess. Because
Which
it
I
is
mean,
over the top. It's
it is. I saw somebody or something, someone posted like that. So Madonna was the new Cher when she showed up, and then Lady Gaga was the new Madonna, and now Chapel Roan is the new Lady Gaga for like this generation. Like that's each generation's like version of the last artist. And so I was like, okay, that kind of I could kind of see that based on like the makeup and the outfits and stuff like that. Like I could see her being this generation's like Lady Gaga. For what Lady Gaga was when she first came out, she was wearing like the meat dress and like all that kind of stuff and
right,
like
right.
crazy makeup. Like I could kind of see that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Again,
She was
I don't
there
really know
too,
much.
Lady Gaga. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, she won.
Hmm.
Her and
Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars, which is really
Go,
cool.
go, 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 go,
Anyway,
go. Anyway,
that was actually not my thought initially. My thought is just I am so effing excited. I'm so excited that Beyonce finally won Best GD album. This woman,
Eh, of
she
all
has
the
been
albums, it's this one.
honestly, I love this album, if I'm being totally honest. I love this
But her
album.
reaction
Um,
is so like me too. I was
I
like,
think yeah, she was like,
what?
yeah, she was definitely not expecting it, which I think is extra funny.
Yeah,
Um,
it was. It was.
but I think it's because like other albums that she's had where I mean, Lemonade, for example,
Hmm.
was just groundbreaking like for what it was and when it came out and everything that was going on. And that is a brilliant album. Should have, I don't remember who she lost to for that one, actually. I don't remember if that was Adele. I don't know. Anyway, there's a couple that like she lost once to Adele, and I was like, okay, I can kind of get that because Adele is also, I feel like they're kind of on the same level for me. Um, she lost to Taylor Swift for Fearless. I love Taylor Swift. Everyone that has ever watched this podcast knows that. Big ol' Swiftie. I'm crazy. Uh, Fearless, not better than anything Beyonce has done. Did not deserve that. She's lost to Harry Styles. Get out of here with this. Are you kidding me? Get out of here with this. Uh, so I was really glad that she finally won, and I'm glad that she did it on
I didn't
what was
realize she
a
didn't not win something
yeah,
like
this is the
that.
first time she's ever won uh
The
best album of the
album,
year
right?
or album of the
Okay.
year. Um and
I
she's been
thought,
nominated I
didn't
don't
she
remember how
win
many
one?
times.
Or was it the other one? The not album, but
Best
record.
country album?
They have
Oh,
two. There's like record and
yeah.
album, and it's like it
I
always
don't
gets
know.
me confused. I feel like she's won one of those, but not like the
Maybe?
album or big one, whatever the
I
fuck.
don't
I
yeah.
don't know.
But yeah, album she has not won until now. And I love that
That's
she
why.
did it
Okay.
on what was a passion project for her. She was like, "You know what? This is what I've always done, but I do have some type she's got a little country in her. She's from Texas. Her family's from Louisiana. Like she's from the
Hmm.
South. Um, and she was like, I want to do this. This is where I feel drawn to, and she did it, and it's awesome. And I love that she won on that. So I was really excited.
Go,
Don't get
go,
me
go,
wrong,
go,
like
go,
Billie
go, go.
Eilish, every fan base for every other person that was nominated is furious. And I'm like, first of all, just be happy for people. Um, but like also the people that are then like calling out, coming out, and I know people in real life that are like this, and it drives me nuts. I get into fights with them all the time about it when they say it, that Beyonce isn't talented, and I just want to push them off a cliff. I'm like, you will never, I will never be half as good at anything in my entire life, no matter how hard I try, as she is at singing. And I am okay with that because she is on the Whitney Houston level. There are a handful. And I also, ooh, can I say something controversial? I said it
Why
and Jer was
not?
like, what? And then he's like throwing out like performers. And I was like, yeah, yeah, I mean it. I mean what I said. Um, I think Whitney Houston and Beyonce are better than any uh solo male artist that there has ever been.
Solo male artist? Okay.
Yes. Because I feel like so much is just put on like Elvis is the king and Michael
Mm.
Jackson is the prince of something. I don't know. But
I have no
like,
idea.
cool. That's great. They're better than both of them combined. Individually, they are better than both of those two combined.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
mean, when those two came through, yes, they did groundbreaking things for music.
Yeah.
But I'm about to get into a whole I'm tangenting us into an entirely different discussion. The point is Beyonce deserved it. She got it. I was really excited for her. Yay. And anyone who thinks she's not talented, show me what you're talented at that's as good as she is, and I will allow you to have that opinion. Until then, get away from here. Hey everyone. We've got 20 plus episodes up for you now on our Patreon with lots of fun chats, some really great guests.
Yeah, and join for free and get extra episodes for as little as $5 a month. You can join in the link in the show notes. Check us out at patreon.com/film and beyond.
Anyway, so
Anyway,
coming up next is the Oscars.
Yeah, the
I'm
Oscars are coming
forcing
up.
our I'm forcing myself off of this because otherwise I'll
Yeah,
keep going.
that's
I'm
wild.
sorry.
Well, yeah, we'll have to revisit that in Speaks with you later
I
after the
didn't know I
show.
was so passionate about it until right
Yeah,
this moment. Like right now it came out and I was like, well,
you're
I
on tape.
guess
Go.
I guess
But
it's a thing.
yeah,
Anyway,
so the this year is not a good year for movies, I'll say. Just because of the strike, obviously,
hmm.
movies were shut down. Movies
Yeah,
were moved around. Dune Part 2 is on this list because of the strike.
Yeah, which is does feel weird, but
It
yes.
right. It would have been part of the Barbie Oppenheimer Dune 2 battle it out, but
Yeah.
instead it's yeah. Um so I'm just trying to pull up the list here. So Best Picture, Anora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked.
I'm just going to point
Uh,
out two of those are in the highest grossing films of 2024, which is three. Oh my God, three of those. Inside Out 2. I didn't even look at the animated. Yeah. No.
what are you talking about?
Okay, two of
Two,
them. Yeah, I'm sorry. Again, my brain today was rough. Two
yeah,
of the movies you just said,
yeah,
Dune Part 2, Wicked,
uh-huh.
are two of the top 10 highest grossing films of 2024.
That's not hard. There weren't that, I mean, it was mostly horror films last year, and then
And honestly, even now, like going into this year, I feel like that's all people are making. Can we stop already? I want to go to the
well,
theater.
that's the only thing that
Um,
got through the like that was like approved before the strike like was being
well, I
like
mean,
stop everything. You
there's
can't
de
film that.
I can understand none of these being in the category, but like there's Deadpool and Wolverine, the
Oh,
Beetlejuice movie,
did they not
Twisters.
have DEI going? I'm just saying, I mean, some reason why they're not included is because they didn't pass diversity equivalents, and that's why they're not in the Oscars. Um, that
Uh,
might be a reason why. I'm just saying.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't remember what the qualifications are
I
again.
just remember Becca had informed us about that. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, that's right. That is part of the
I
Oscars
forgot about that.
requirements.
Yeah,
Because if you do not have diversity or equity or inclusion, it's just like,
yeah,
get out of here. You know, it's like,
yeah,
take your white.
right. Yeah, I
That's what
don't.
I wonder about like Super Mario Brothers. Like, why was
Uh,
that not included? And then it was like, because I think you brought that up previously in a previous, like the year before or something.
yeah, a couple years ago.
Yeah. And I was just kind of like, oh yeah, I think.
Hmm.
But yeah, so I've seen Honora,
I
Dune
have
Part 2,
questions for you on Honora. Continue.
and The Substance. I think is that everything I've seen? Those
You
three?
didn't see Wicked?
No, not yet.
Alice. Oh, your musical theater co-host is really sad right now.
Well, I would love to
Um,
rent it, but it's like $20, and it's like,
it's worth
Jesus.
$20. I'm gonna say that right
No,
now.
I wouldn't pay that much for it in theaters, so let's
Oh,
calm down a bit.
oh my God. Wicked.
And I
Wicked
know,
is,
and when you told me
oh,
it was part one of two, I got even more
yeah.
disappointed. I was
No, that's
like
a good point. Yeah.
furious that you did not complete your movie. It's like, I'm sure it's a great movie, but it's incomplete, which makes me feel like
I
I'm
mean,
missing the other
that's,
half. And I've seen the play, so it's
yeah.
like, yes, I'm
So,
sure it's great, but
yeah, like if you've seen the play, I can tell you where, I'm not going to say it on here in case people haven't seen it in the play, but like I can tell you where it ends. There's
mhm.
so much that they still have to do.
That's what I
Like,
kind of figured.
it's
It feels
very,
like Dune
yeah.
Part 1 and 2 also like, oh, they
Yeah.
missed this whole part. Like that's where
Yes.
all the
Yeah.
action is, or you know.
Yeah. I think in part one, they're really trying to get you enveloped in the world and
Yeah.
feel like really invested in all the characters.
Yeah.
Um, and I haven't seen the play, so I don't know how much of they added and built up and everything, but
Hmm.
yeah. Anyway, continue.
Honora felt like, well, we'll get to this with the Oscars, I guess, but yeah, I saw Honora. The quick run of that for my brief synopsis would be like if you've seen Uncut Gems, it's like that for like who Honora is, basically. Where it's just
Got
like,
it.
whoa, okay.
It
That's a
does
lot.
have that kind of feel to the trailer.
Right. And but for a woman, not for
Right.
my man.
Yeah.
So,
So
um,
she like the equivalent to like Adam Sandler's character in that
hmm
then? Okay.
hmm
Cool, cool,
Well, not like him,
cool.
but
Right, right. But
but
like that's
she's
what
in the
yeah.
world of the problems that he was
Yeah.
dealing with, sort of thing. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
And then, yeah, I do want, I mean, I want to see Wicked. Yeah, absolutely. And I'll get to it when I can get to it. So, Dune Part 2, I loved it.
I mean, the moment that I can buy it, I'm like,
Yeah,
can I
isn't
buy
it
it?
out yet? I don't
Like
know.
physical media,
That's what I
not
thought, isn't it?
okay. Is it? I didn't think so, but maybe it is. I'm also not good at paying attention to things. So
The Substance, I loved it. You
you
know I
did.
loved it. Yeah, it's very good. I liked it. I think even if, even knowing Wicked, I think The Substance is my favorite on that list. I don't see any of these others really knocking it out of its place there.
I'm telling you, Wicked. Like
For
I
me, really,
can't.
you think me picking Wicked over The
I think you
Substance?
as a director and a cinematographer, 1,000,000%.
Go, 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 go.
Visually, if you didn't hear a single thing, if it was just silent and you watched it, you would be mesmerized. I am
Mm-hmm.
telling you, it is stunning. And the
Well, I'm so
like
excited to watch it, but I'm just saying
I just
there's nothing quite. I mean, I will never forget The Substance. I mean,
Mm.
mm,
But is it that it's unforgettable, the most unforgettable movie, or is it that it's actually the best movie, the best film?
more unforgettable. Yeah.
Okay, okay, there
Yeah,
we
I
go.
wouldn't put it in like the Fury Road category where it's like, or the Matrix where it's
Yeah,
like timeless type of. Time will tell, I suppose, but
right.
it is, uh, yeah, it gets really wild though.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Um, yeah, I have only let me look at this list again. I've seen Dune Part 2
hmm
and I've seen Wicked, and that's it. I am all for watching A Complete Unknown. I don't
Yeah.
really know anything about Bob Dylan. I've never listened to his music, so I just don't
hmm
really care.
Same.
But I'm sure that it's going to be really good. Like it looks like it's really well done. So I'm good with watching it. Um, Nickel Boys, I believe. Yes, is one that I also when I saw the trailer, I was like, yeah, I really want to see that. So I'm looking forward to seeing
Well,
that. And Amelia Perez.
yeah.
But honestly, Honora the Brutalist.
The Brutalist I'm
Um,
semi-interested in. Uh, the filmmaker got me curious when at the Golden Globes when he was talking about things, and it was just kind of like, okay, I get the struggle as a filmmaker. Like, I can relate
yeah,
from a filmmaker level about like
yeah,
how long it took him to make and get it made and everything. And it was just kind of like,
right.
okay,
Yeah,
I see you. I get that. If it takes
yeah.
7 years for you to make your film or whatever it
Oh,
is,
yeah.
it's just like,
I can't imagine.
ooh,
Yeah.
and to actually be in an award level
Yeah.
option here is great.
Mhm.
And I'm sure it's a great film. And it's about, I think it's about artists. So, or
Oh,
I
is it?
forget what. Yeah, Adrian Brody's character or something. I'm not sure entirely. I'll find
Okay.
out. I will see it. Before our Oscar
Yeah.
episode, hopefully. Hopefully
Which
not
we
our,
will be doing. Yeah.
we'll talk about it. So there was one thing that came up on the Daily Show with Nicole Avant,
Mm.
and she's the producer of 6888
Yeah.
for on
Which
Netflix.
also looks amazing. Really
hmm
sad that's not nominated for more.
Yeah, I'm
But yeah.
surprised. I was like, is that all they're nominated for? I'm like, look, because I
It's
haven't really gotten a
getting
chance to look at
it's
anything.
getting the Woman King treatment, and it's gonna make me mad.
Yeah, huh. I guess we'll peruse through it. But yeah, it's definitely go check out the Daily Show interview with her. It's such she has such a great approach to life and about she wrote a book called Think You'll Be Happy, and
Oh,
it's kind of like a self-help book about dealing with grief. Um, and that's apparently what the last phrase her mother said to her before
oh,
she was caught in the crossfires of a um,
oh, you're
home
about to say
robbery
something
or
so sad.
something.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
but the way uh, she talked about grief and then also just like to also like she said, please allow me to forgive this person who basically killed her mother. And it's just like
Mm,
is in the book, and it's just like when they're talking about it in the interview, definitely go check it out again.
okay.
It was this last week here she was on the Daily Show, and just how she says like about forgiveness and like how you have to like people are doing bad things in general, and you need to use forgiveness to help yourself move on because you cannot continue if you're like without forgiveness because you're like she compared it to like the snake, the venomous snake that bites you, and then unforgiveness is saying, "Why did you bite me?" and chasing the snake, and instead of
Mm,
tending to the wound. And it was just kind of like, I think we all need to hear that type of messaging right now because it's like, um,
mhm.
yeah, you have to take care of yourself first
Yeah.
and make sure you're able to live your life to the fullest. So, um, yeah, I found that to be that was a very good interview, and I am interested to reading that book actually. So
All right.
yeah,
I'll have to look that up.
yeah. Think You'll Be Happy, it's called.
Think you'll be happy. Okay.
But she's done so much with her life already, and it's just like amazing to hear. She's a
Hmm.
producer. She's been a ambassador to Jamaica or something. I think it was. So
Oh wow.
yeah, a
Okay.
lot of stuff. So she's always keeping busy, and it's just kind of like, interesting. And then hearing her talk about her life in general, it's like,
Hmm.
wow, and you're producing like this movie, and this movie looks great, so
Yeah.
I do want to check it out. So yeah,
Um,
that was a good one.
yeah. That makes me even more sad that that movie wasn't nominated. Um, Too bad. I'm gonna watch it anyway. Stupid Oscars. Uh,
Yeah,
a
talk
couple of
about
other
that.
movies that came out last year that weren't nominated. One of which, okay, so I kind of understand, like knowing how the Academy always goes about the things, it's unsurprising. But again, looking at it from a lens eh, of like good movie, like top movies, big movie, like a movie doesn't just
Go, 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 go,
qualify
go, go, go,
as,
go, 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 go.
one of the top, I don't know, let's just say 10, whatever. Um, because it's got the I don't even know the word to use to describe what like the like feel to Oscar movies is. But like they just there's a consistent theme. But I think these movies are fucking good. Civil War, which also is really freaking relevant. That came out last year. Very, very good. Challengers. What the heck? Challengers was fantastic. It was so good. It was dark and twisty and actiony and exciting and dramatic and the acting was amazing. The direction was amazing. Like I just so good. So boo on that. And this one I haven't actually seen yet. If I'm being honest, I thought this came out in the beginning of, or I thought this is coming out like around now. I don't remember hearing about it actually having come out, but it came out apparently in October. But Saturday Night.
All right, yeah. I told you about that.
Yeah,
I
we
remember
talked about
telling
it.
you.
Yeah. Um, I really want to watch it. It looks
Yeah.
amazing. I can't believe that that was not nominated. I cannot believe.
No, genre usually isn't. I mean, I'm surprised the substance is even in here. I mean, that's pushing it. Um, Dune Part Two. I mean, granted it's Dune, but
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. But I mean, I honestly think like the substance, had it not been a light year for movies, it wouldn't be on this list. Because it is genre pretty much.
Mm.
So,
But
um,
Anora has the same kind of feel as the substance. Like
not like
watching those trailers,
no.
I get the same feeling from both of them, and I have
No, they're
the
two
same amount
different
of
vibes.
interest.
Two different
Really?
vibes. Yep.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. I mean, that's good to know. Like
Yeah, Honora
going
to
into having
me,
to watch them.
I mean, I like Sean Baker, but um, it's all right, I guess. It's not like the best thing I've ever seen, no, but
Yeah. Is
um,
it one of the top 10 movies that came out last year? No. I'm gonna die on this hill.
well,
No. I
I
haven't
am
seen
in the
it.
horror genre, so no, absolutely not.
Right. Good point.
So the substance takes that hill before that one does. So,
Hmm. Yeah.
but I do again, like it's like it's good movie still. It's not bad. It's just
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't, I would love to be in the room with um the people in charge who actually get to make the final decisions, either on who to put up to be voted for
Hmm.
or like who to cut or just like how those discussions happen. I feel like they need someone a little blunt in the room to be like, "Are you fucking high? Get out of here. Get good at your job or go home." Like, stop it. Just stop it. Um,
All
because
right.
every single year, there's multiple movies, at least half of the best picture category, where it's like, is it a good movie? Sure. Does it belong here? No. And honestly, also, there's always at least a couple movies that are like, is this a good movie? No. No, it's not. It's not. I'm just thinking of the triangle of sadness or whatever from a few years ago. That's all I can think of. But yeah, so I it feels like I feel like deflated after looking at this list. I think is all I have to say.
It's very yeah. I mean, I'm happy to see Romulus, Alien Romulus on here. Honestly,
Wait,
like
what
I
is that for again?
visual effects. It's
Oh yeah,
not.
that makes sense.
It's the only reason it's even on the list too. Um, yeah, I haven't like I do want to see Flow because that's about a cat. Let's go,
Oh
animated
yeah.
cat story. So,
Yeah.
um, Nosferatu. Oh, okay. No baby girl on here, so sorry, Taylor Tomlinson. You're she's really obsessed with that movie apparently, or she
Oh, is
she
she?
liked it that and
Funny.
not well, she had the whole
Um,
comparison of Nosferatu and Baby
oh, that's
Girl.
right. She did. That was really funny.
Yeah,
Um, another shit. My brain's just like, why are you trying
we
to talk today?
we missed. We were
We'll have
talking
so
about
much to
A
say.
Different Man. With
Oh
Sebastian
yeah.
Stan.
He was nominated for Best Actor. And
A
actually, Jeremy
different
Strong was
film.
nominated for Best Supporting Actor in the same movie, um,
What?
for The Apprentice.
Oh, oh, yeah, but I was talking about A Different Man, not that one. It's called A Different Man.
Oh, that's
That's the one I
right.
messaged you about with the same actress from The Worst Person in the World that we had our little talk on this last year about life in film, and like she was about to quit and then
Mm,
she became part of the best actress in Cannes because like the world renowned festival um for The Worst Person in the World. So it was like, and now
mm.
she's in this film, and then
Yeah,
it's like, oh, I recognize her from that. And it's like, oh, she's doing more things. So good for her.
yeah.
And
Sorry, yeah, I got those two mixed up. I had the one like
Sebastian Stan, yeah, he's
Sebastian
confusing.
Stan. Um, That movie looks really good though. Honestly, A Better Man. Uh,
A Different Man.
A Different
Better
Man.
Man is also
Jesus.
another Taylor Tomlinson.
Yeah.
Uh,
So many movies. A Different Man. The Sebastian Stan one looks really good.
a Better Man. I don't know if I want to see that. She's like harping on everyone to go see the Monkey Man movie.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I refuse. I don't care if that's nominated for something or not. I refuse.
She is
I'm not
telling
gonna
everyone
waste
to
my
go see
time.
it.
She is. She is.
If we
Uh,
end up going to her show, she will likely put it down our throats. Like, has
that's
anyone
okay.
seen this movie?
I mean, I'll listen if Taylor Thompson's gonna talk. Like, I'll listen to whatever she has to say. I don't care. She's amazing. That doesn't mean I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, yeah.
I also did want to say, this is not, this is surprising that Rahana watched something kind of update, not
Oh
awards
yeah. Yeah.
update, but so Jer had watched so the latest one was Maxine.
Yep.
There was another one,
Pearl
Pearl, and there was the other
and then
one.
X. That's the X
Okay.
trilogy.
Is
Go, 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 go,
X
go,
is the
go, go.
first one, and then it's Pearl, and then it's Maxine, right?
Hmm.
Okay. So he watched X by himself,
Hmm.
and I was like, no, I think we were recording. I was like, watch this while I do this because I want nothing to do with that. And then he told me about it, and when he talks about plots, he really goes through the plot for you. So I like understood everything that was happening. And I was like, okay, that actually like, okay, I'm intrigued, you know. And then he threw on Pearl, and I
Oh
think it was
yeah.
like on a weekend, and I was working anyway. Like, so I was out in the living room and I'm like working and whatever. I was like, if you use your headphones with the TV so I can't hear it, I'm fine. Like, whatever. But he had this funny, he was watching it and it got so, I was watching it without being able, without the sound. I was so like, what is happening right now? So you'd have to pause it, tell me what was going on.
What are you
And then,
watching over
yeah,
here?
I should have honestly just had him take his headphones off, but I was being stubborn. Um, but
You
I was
stubborn?
like,
Never.
Um, but yeah, so I watched it. I didn't hear it, but I watched it and he told me what they were saying the whole time. And I was invested to the point where a couple times I was like, oh, my gosh, no. And I was like, what is she doing? Yeah, I was in it. Didn't watch Maxine. I don't need to. It's fine. He told me all about all the things. I know the whole story, movie one through three, but I watched Pearl and I felt like that was something because it's definitely a scary movie and it's freaking weird. Uh, So I needed to share that with you because when you had talked about those movies before, I was like, absolutely not scary.
Yeah, Pearl. There was that part where she's like auditioning. Apparently,
Yes.
one of the cosplays that I loved for a character I like called Maxine Caulfield in Life is Strange. She looks so basic that it's like if you're cosplay, people don't know you're cosplaying because you look regular or whatever.
Yes.
And she used that audio from that audition part where, no, I'm a
Oh,
star. I'm a
funny.
star.
I love that. That's so good. Yeah.
Anyways, we
But
will be back with the Oscars episode next time.
yes,
Begrudgingly so, maybe?
I
It'll
mean,
be.
I'm not happy about having to watch some of these movies. I'm gonna do
We'll
it at the
see how
last
far we
minute.
get. Because, with the fires and the delay on the Oscar, like,
Yeah.
announcement and less time to watch any of it, we might get to half. And that's okay. I'm totally fine with that, honestly. If you don't get
I
to some of
like
these,
that.
just watch what you can from any part of the list.
Yeah. I do
At
like that
least
there
listen to the
are,
music.
yeah, every year I'm like, this is the easiest thing to do, and I always forget. We'll be like starting the episode, and I'm like, wait, Spotify. Uh, but yes, um, I only ask, and if I have to pay for it, if I have to buy it and send it to you, I will. I only ask that you make sure that Wicked is one of the ones that you watch. I will buy it for you willingly. I have zero problem with that.
Great.
I just
Venmo me
really,
tonight.
really want you to see it. I want
Okay.
the whole world to see it. My niece's first movie in theaters ever was Wicked. And she has a shorter
Oh
attention span than
wow.
I do.
Okay.
and they sat through the whole thing,
Again,
and
I
she
want to
loved
see
it.
it. If they would make it affordable, then I would wa easily watch it. So,
I'm gonna buy it for you because I have to buy it for myself anyway.
okay, whatever. You're weird.
I'm so excited.
I'll check.
Whatever.
I'll check to see. Okay, you're not weird, but
I'm
um,
passionate
yeah, you like it.
and very
Just
ADHD.
yes, we can all hear that. No, I'm just
That's true. Anyway,
I'm gonna go lay down on this couch now over
yeah,
here.
Alan's dying. So he needs to rest.
Me dying.
And
Shh.
we will see y'all soon. Talking about the Oscar movies, and we'll just see how that conversation goes.
Or maybe better movies we saw. Who knows?
Ooh, I like that idea. Um, so thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. This has been Film and Beyond.